will say it. During the time when we had no fans in the arenas, AEW and Impact worked together, and Kenny Omega held both the AEW World Championship and the Impact World Championship. And he was flitting on both shows. So it can be done, especially in the modern era. So I don't expect this to be a big problem. For Trick Williams, it will give him some exposure to other wrestlers. I imagine he'll probably drop the belt to somebody like Moose, which is where it makes sense. But I think it allows wrestlers to start learning new skills.
That not then taken away from what the idea of the performance centre is? Because isn't that... And I know like WWE have now set up this ID scheme as well, so that where they're allowed indie wrestlers to come under their umbrella again to give that experience and stuff. Is that sort of what they're not doing with TNA in a glorified way?
So, while I answer that question, I'm going to give you some numbers. I think this is important to give some sort of context. Since the start of 2024, 33 NXT wrestlers have appeared on TNA television programs. So that's some serious amount. And these names include, I have to get this list ready, Tatum Paxton, Izzy Dane, Wendy Chow, Wesley, Ethan Page, who was a former NXT champion, Charlie Dempsey, Miles Bourne, Obafemi, who is the current NXT champion, Riley Osborne, Solar Ruka, Fraxium, who moved from NXT, and I'll come on to those in a minute, Cora Jade, Ashanti the Adonis, Lash Legend, Jakarta Jackson, and Trick Williams. And these aren't small names. These are huge names in the industry that have warranted like some exposure, and they're there to help improve. Now, TNA's flip side to that is only 14 talents have turned up. And that includes Jordine Grace, who signed for WWE afterwards, Joe Hendry, who had a WrestleMania match, Zach Wines, Trey Miguel, Rosemary Hammerstone, Ash by Elegance, Kazarian, Masha Slamovich, JDC, Moose, Elijah, who used to be known as Elias. He was on there just a couple of weeks ago. And of course, you had the Hardy Boys. These aren't small names. They're helping elevate the wrestling industry on NXT. So why would you not want to interact with these people?
Yeah, it makes sense. And we've kind of saw this in the past as well with ECW.